Anthony Joshua would have some things to say about Dillian Whyte's drug test failure. He would describe how the sport needs to change and that fighters need to change. But before we get into the video, consider subscribing for the latest boxing news. For a long time, we've had problems with illegal drugs being used in sports. Some use these drugs to relax and relieve themselves of the pains after their fights, and others use it to improve their performance. In today's video's case, Dillian Whyte was found to have failed his drug test, and Anthony Joshua would be asked about his thoughts on the whole situation, and he would say this.
Look at it from a perspective of big investors, blue chip companies that want to invest in the sport of boxing. For example, they invested, hundreds of thousands or millions into this fight with Dillian, and then he pulls out last minute due to a failed drug test. It's not a good look for someone that's put a lot of time and effort into investing, marketing around this fight. So it's got a lot of potential, but we just need to clean up some of the cracks. And I think drug testing and anti-doping is one of the issues in boxing, because we can point our finger at Dillian, but also we can also point our finger at many others that have failed drug tests. And we're not talking about 20 years ago, we're talking about in the last 2, 3, 4 years.
Which I agree with in many ways. Illegal substances have plagued many boxing matches and in some cases ruined what could have been a very competitive fight to a one-way beatdown. And the only way this can be cleaned up is if fighters themselves take initiative and if rules become a bit stricter. Of course, there will always be people looking for any way to cheat, but that's life. Joshua would go on in the interview to explain that boxing wasn't an institute, it's almost a singular sport. In terms of all the necessary training, nutrition, and pay is all on your shoulders as a boxer. Which is very true. Boxers in most cases have to use their own salary to pay for their trainers, nutritionists, gyms, and the list goes on. So in many ways, you're your own boss, whereas many other sports, you're an employee. So what do you guys think? Make sure to like the video if you liked it, make sure to dislike the video if you disliked it, and as always, have a great day.